Hello everybody, welcome to Motorsport Oracle. I'm Guy, the Motorsport Oracle. Well, not really, but that's the plan anyway. For now, sit back, relax, grab yourself a drink and let's talk some motorsport. So we head to the Red Bull Ring this weekend for the Austrian Grand Prix. Obviously by its name you can probably tell that Red Bull are quite popular there. Max Verstappen also is quite popular there in history, so you expect to see a lot of orange around the circuit this weekend. The circuit itself is quite an undulating circuit. It's got that big rise between turn 1 through the kink at turn 2 and up to turn 3. It requires, in terms of the first sector, it's quite a slow corner central. It requires a car to be able to turn very well and a car that's got good traction as well. To be able to turn it and sort of squid out the other side and get on their merry way. Sector 2 and Sector 3, quite fast flowing circuit corners on the circuit, so bringing the cars back down the hill. And it's an interesting circuit. So, like I say, Sector 2 and 3, quite fast, quite flowing, needs balance in the car and the driver needs to be able to trust the car when they turn it in at 180 mile an hour or whatever speed they're going to be doing. The last few years have shown just how good the Red Bull cars are here, and in particular how good Max Verstappen is at this circuit. He's won 3 of the last 4 races and is joint top in most wins around the circuit of all time. So he certainly knows his way around this circuit and knows how to win here. He also holds the fastest lap, so he kind of ticks all the boxes in terms of understanding the circuit and performing at a circuit. Interestingly, Ferrari have been strong here in the past as well. Both drivers in 2018 ended up on the podium, Vettel and Raikkonen at that point. Charles Leclerc has history as well in the Ferrari here. Pole in 2019 and then finished second in that year, and he finished second in 2020 as well. So he may show signs of pace this weekend. McLaren and Lando Alonso. Let's start again with that, shall we? McLaren and Lando Norris in particular have history at this circuit. He stood on the podium 2020 and 2021 as well, so in 3rd place. But after what seems like a bit of resurgence from Mercedes, I don't expect them to be quite in the mix this weekend as they were at Silverstone, particularly Lewis was, as we saw. Bottas has always been the stronger driver here in the Mercedes, and actually in the last 5 seasons Lewis Hamilton hasn't even finished on the podium here. So that obviously shows signs of not really getting on well with the circuit. Bottas won in 2017 and 2020, but it's been much more Red Bull dominated than Mercedes. Obviously Red Bull 3, Mercedes 2 in the last 5 seasons. Like I've said, Lewis Hamilton not still on the podium here in 5 years. I also think from history that the circuit is a little bit bumpy, so unless they've genuinely fixed the porpoising or have made a big step towards fixing the porpoising, I think they're going to have a bit of a struggle and a troublesome weekend, to be honest with you. The way I see it panning out, I can see nothing other than a Max Verstappen domination here. I think he's going to get pole position, race win and the fastest lap. Obviously he'll be hungry to bounce back from Silverstone after the issues that he had, not his fault, picking up that bit of debris and getting it stuck under the floor, causing all his balance issues. But I expect him to be up front again like he was at the start of the Silverstone the British Grand Prix. But I expect him to absolutely dominate this weekend. We've seen Charles Leclerc, has got a bit of history here, but I don't expect him to be able to take it to Max this weekend, just because of Max's history at this circuit and Red Bulls in general as well. I think Charles Leclerc can finish best of the rest though in 2nd place, and then I think it's between the number 2 drivers in Carlos Sainz and Sergio Perez to get that 3rd place spot and pick up that last trophy. Lando Norris could be a surprise this weekend. We could possibly see him on the podium. only based on history, that is, and to be honest with you, after the big regulation changes in 2022, the previous years, McLaren with a Mercedes powered car have had good straight line speed, and it doesn't seem to be so much the case this year that they have such good straight line speed. I remember Lewis Hamilton interviews last weekend, and in sort of the cool down room at the end of the race for the podium, he mentioned how quick the Red Bull cars were down the straight. So roles are reversed a little bit there, and Red Bull have the power advantage over Mercedes. Like I say, I don't think we're going to see much of Mercedes this weekend. I think they're going to just consolidate and pick up as many points as they can. George will want to bounce back. He really will. He probably will feel like he could have had an opportunity to secure a podium at the British Grand Prix last weekend, but obviously we know what happened there. Bottas, like I've said, has been strong here in the past in the Mercedes car, so I wonder whether Alfa Romeo can perform well this weekend, and Valtteri could be mixing it with the Mercedes cars even. I do think that Haas could also be competitive this weekend. Ferrari do seem to have quite a strong car across the board. Ferrari powered cars seem to be quite good, so I expect Alfa Romeo to be in the points, at least one of them. And I expect Haas to be sort of right on the fringes of the top 10 and pushing into the top 10. But yeah, so that's my prediction. My top three are Max Verstappen with an absolute dominating weekend, Charles Leclerc to finish second, and I think Sergio Perez will get third. I think our surprise package is going to be Lando Norris this weekend, and we'll wait and see on that. But as ever, I've been Motorsporical. Thank you very much for watching. And until Saturday and Sunday, we'll wait and see.